It was kind of close. I had to make it close, you know, so that he keeps coming back. You don't want to just like just crush him. You gotta know how to hook them. You got to know how to hook them. To give them a little taste. What's the deal here? What's open and playing? Kind of beat down there. Does it make sense to not play Courser right away? Oh. Oh wow, that deck. Can I beat? Can I beat that? I have Leylines in my sideboard. I haven't played against Dredge yet. Be cool to see what the deal is. For 2 cards, da da da. Create a 1/1. I mean, I guess I'll not play Vraska. Kind of awkward. I just paid 2 life for no reason. What is in their deck? What does their deck even do? I take Copter or Fiery Temper? Copter doesn't do too much. Fiery Temper might be good at some point. Not sure that's good. And no attacks, right? Hopefully that 2 life doesn't cost me the game. Not very well planned ahead. I jam Scarab God next turn. Might be a bit slow though. That's right. I made my debut as a podcast co-host this morning. You can check it out. Something you might be interested in. Alright, I have no idea this is gonna be good enough. That's not a bad one. Not even sure it does anything actually. Alright, well, Pioneer Dredge is not nearly as impressive as Modern Dredge. So that's a good start. Also, they're only playing red-black. They have no answers to Leyline after sideboard. And I don't think I'll lose to their beatdown plan. Does Languish actually do anything? It would kill Haunted Dead. It would just bring back Haunted Dead. Should I just... I'm actually not sure. If I bring back Scrounger, it can't block, right? I probably need to bring back Goose. I think I want to bottom the Languish. That doesn't go horribly wrong. Ari and Patrick, friends of mine. Yeah, I met them since I started streaming. Ari is a British Magic player from the UK. He goes to university now. He's likes to play Modern. He streams sometimes, and Patrick he's Get Smart on Twitter, on Twitch. Maybe you've seen him chat here. He's from Australia, but he lives in the UK too. He's a chemist. I think a chemist. There's a lot of Modern, but I don't know if. I think Get Smart might have played a PT. I'm not sure. Sorry, hasn't yet. Abrupt Decay, Let's see. Can't really remove creatures in their graveyard because they have Scrounger to protect themselves. If you've played standards from a few years ago, you might be familiar with these interactions. Good, hit land. 2 here. Get smart, played in a couple PTs. Price probably okay. Somehow I have a bunch of leylines in my sideboard. All played sauce. Otsy's seems pretty bad. Fatal Push seems good enough. I wonder if Unmoored Ego is any good. It's not going to be very good. Trophy's probably not going to be very good either. I don't think I want to get rid of any of the creatures. Maybe the rest. The rest it's Copter and Fiery Temper. What else do they have, chat? Do they have stuff like Cathartic Reunion? Ditch Nissa. I think I might just leave in Dotsies actually. Murderous Rider seems kind of bad. 2 free lifelink doesn't even really block really well. I mean, you could always ditch Nissa. Greatest. Do that. I don't know if I want the expensive spell. Off-topic question. Why do rally decks play Collected Company? I need to see a list. I don't know which decks you're talking about. Nazis is okay. We saw Copter. They might have some kind of Cathartic Reunion type of card. I didn't even get to draw a hand. Any more of these pictures? This one is like kind of the creepiest one. These two are pretty creepy. Oh, this one's even creepier. Actually. How good does these softwares do? I mean, these pretty much look like real human beings. I don't know. I guess they're all kind of creepy. Alright. I think we have any reason to jam the goose on turn 1. Who's dang confident already? Someone was a clever Moda nickname, or Thanks Rev Spiral. Spiral's not doing a ton for them. The fairy on my food, kind of obnoxious. Yeah, I'm just gonna pick the fairy for now. This Chad Harney, okay. Name doesn't really. Let's see what the Rally Collected Company looks like. This is something. Ooh, Sift. Oh yeah, it's just the old company deck. Yeah, what's wrong with having company in this deck? Company is really strong card. It's just really hard to build around. But if you already want to naturally Gilded Goose on turn, you naturally want to play a lot of creatures in your deck in the first place. And the reasoning is just you just accumulate a bit of value and force them to do stuff and to deal with your stuff, and then you bring them all back. Rev, bye-bye. Rally was a really busted deck. I eventually ended up playing at one of the GPs, and yeah, it was as good as advertised. was gonna not overcommit into their verdict. You need to not overcommit into your verdict, and you need to keep up reasonable amount of pressure, because at some point it doesn't matter what you're doing with Vraska and Oko. If they have like Reclamation into Dig or something, you're just gonna lose. I just sack a land here. Also just not sack anything. I don't think I want to sack my food. Sack a land. Exactly the draw that we're looking for. I wonder if they played Dig for time. Or if they just play Sphinx Rev. Probably both. There's a little attack. I have Vraska Emblem next turn. I'll sacrifice again. 11 blue. Power of Promise. Did I feel of that in their deck? Have them dead on board. I think I can figure out a way to have them dead on board. Alright, they're just dead. Do that. Do that. Do that. Languish the board away. Attack them for 1. Languish. Anti-control cards. Oh yeah, I could also Languish first, I guess, and then just Oko to Clue. That was a bit, yeah. The way I did it was a bit fancy. Yeah, I didn't realize all the different dual lands. Alright, let's see. They won dispute at gate and rest. Tracker. Kind of hate on Unmoored Ego. Might not even bring it in. Abrupt Decay, they might have Search, but Casualties of War I think is actually bad and clunky against it. And do I keep in 1 Languish? What if I do if Field of the Dead gets out of hand? I mean, I can go over the top with Scarab God and stuff, probably. I guess I could keep Crowd the Carnarium in. Should I have Ego? You probably have Search for Ascanta, right? Maybe Casualties of War is not so bad. Let's see, do I have anything bad left in my deck? Not really. What do you think, chat? Jace? Gonna get bounced by Teferi. 5 cards still. Good beats. We can get Swamp. I have to play Hinterland Harbor on turn 1. Forest on turn 2. Think I would do a Pioneer podcast. I'm not sure where we're going to take the podcast, but it might turn into some kind of Pioneer, podcast as well. Like the original angle was to do a modern podcast, kind of see what was going on with modern over the weekend, talk about results and stuff. But then that was right before they announced Pioneer, either Spinier in the mix or there's going to be a bit less modern. So we'll see. We'll try and figure out what people want, what works best for us, you know, how we can provide the most value. Did I just say go? Maybe I should just play Fabled Passage, go. I don't have double blue though. I'm a bit worried about Teferi would have been pretty rough. Yeah, I feel like the best is we just talk about what we've been doing, and we'll know more about what we're talking and be able to be more insightful and stuff. But I could have gone really out of my way and kept free mana up so I could dispute a reclamation. Is maybe the play, honestly. It's kind of a tough one. I was gonna counter it. Like on counter reclamation anyways. Do they play reclamation? I mean, we haven't seen reclamation, I guess. Maybe they don't. We may something. You know, I'm glad people who already listen to the podcast. Let's see. I just have to replay Jace. Can't do much right now. Holding on to that Craft Carnarium. What did I keep over? I kept it over Force, I think. I'm only going to 5 this game. Do I hold on to the Cry a bit longer, or I just jammed Treasure Cruise? Did I forget to make a food last turn? Guess I should keep Crab the Carnarium in my grave. I was hoping to draw the rest here, but nope. Instant speed Hour of Promise. That's pretty gross. Should I scoop them up? Maybe I need to keep in Decay just for Teferi. Teferi is just so good against me. I want to play a bit, see what else they have in their deck. For that. They even have Castle in play. Scapeshift? I doubt they have Scapeshift in their deck. They just play Hour of Promise. Which sideboard card do I need? King Art. Okay. I'll be right back. Ooh. Forest, does that do? What about now? Let's start drawing some cards. I was gonna play Tracker. I don't want to get completely wrecked by Verdict. I didn't want to play Tracker for no value and turn my food into an elk. That Growth Spiral into Verdict. Probably just lose if I take that line. their own trackers. Not a big deal, I guess. Down the clue. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Right, that's what we're looking for. I'll discard. Verdict. We don't have the mana for Verdict right now. Double Sphinx have double Verdict. Yeah, I might miss that extra clue. The second Verdict's probably not going to be as good as the first one. And obviously these Sphinx Rev are not very good either. I'd have Verdict, man. Fabled Passage. Just make food. I don't want to sack. Let's see. I'm gonna play Vraska. The question is, could sack a clue to Vraska. I think that's good. Just deal more damage. Actually, I'm gonna go super aggro. Do that. Maybe I could have done things a tiny bit better. I like that though, getting them down to 4. Back Goose to Vraska. Yeah, I decided to go for the aggro line. Hope that wasn't too short-sighted. Probably a bit short-sighted actually. Hindsight, I really don't like it. Yeah, that was bad. That was not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabled Passage. Yeah, I drew the Fabled Passage of the first few sacks, but I probably played a land when I didn't have to. We have double Sphinx Rev and Verdict in here. That's gonna counter that. I don't want to give them the extra land when they have Field of the Dead in play and they're kind of stuck. Just hoping I'll draw another counter. Easy. Alright, so let's try not. I played that game not very well. I have Verdict, right? I guess I'll just sack a land. I think you just play the Jace there because they tap out for Verdict. They just lose. Two game wins was Vraska Emblem. Very nice. Last league went well. We 5-0'd. Challenge went well. We got the W after being down 0-2. I'm not even sure what their plan was to ferry there, but I guess nothing. Game for them. Yeah, we're 8-0 in matches with this deck. 7-0 in leagues and one match we played against Todd. What do I think of Oko? Too good. Be banned in every format. Maybe not banned. The Chemist. Is that a keep? Oh, that was a disaster. Wrong Lantern on. Well played. Did I ever use Tamiyo? I don't think so. I've also been boarding it out a lot, so that obviously doesn't help. Wow. That was really bad. Actually, I just played Jace anyway. I think we might be picking up our first match loss with this deck. Obviously, I should have played Overgrown Tomb on turn 1, and I could have played Drowned Catacomb and not have to use my food. Hopefully I don't have last breath. Barry seems really, really good against this deck. Kind of a problem. Another spot where Lana or Elf would shine. Just have the 1/1. I have Elder Spell, Dispute, Negate. Abrupt Decay. I get to draw a card. Not really in a rush to flip Jace. I can't imagine I'm ever going to be able to crawl back into this game, but give it a few times. Opponent? Alright, I'm going to play one more turn. And reevaluate. Probably play one more turn and scoop. I forgot to make a food, yeah. I'm over it. We say in the business. I keep playing one more turn as long as I keep drawing good cards. Is it better to Thoughtseize next turn? They have Castle in play. I think I just maybe have to jam and hope I draw another one next turn or something dumb, you know? I'm far enough behind that I didn't activate Castle. Probably gonna be dealt with, but it's something. Your mana. Andrea, what's up? How's the brawl? Pretty boring. Oh, really? Couldn't even give you the rules of brawl. Oh, you started listening to the podcast. Cool. Hope you enjoy it. Tracker in, Narset in, Dispute, Negate, Spell, the rest. Probably pretty bad. I have to start using Abrupt Decay on Terry. I'm probably not. Have you played Pioneer yet, Andrea? You played a bit of Pioneer. This deck's been good for me. I think we're gonna lose our first match though. Could win the sideboard game. Game 1 should be bad for us. Sideboard games should be favored. Looking for turn 2 Oko.
The Scarab God stream is back. Yellow Hat S God, Yellow Hat S God, Yellow Hat S God.
Thanks, Andrea. We had the Scarab God against we played against the Dredge deck earlier. The Scarab God was pretty good there. It's been okay, honestly. It's been fairly solid. It's pretty bad in this matchup. It's probably the worst card in my deck. I mean, I have a 2-drop and a 3-drop, but this hand really blows. Should I really mulligan turn 2 spell, turn 3 spell? I have probably my 2 worst cards, or 2 of the worst cards I can have in my opening hand. And Ooze is also pretty bad. Alright, everyone wants me to. Turn 2 Oko is still pretty strong against them. They might have Ether Gust. Yeah, this hand's not much worse than the first one. That's not true, it is much worse than the first one. I like mulliganing the first hand because they have some truly nut draws I can get against them. Kind of depends on how many answers to Oko they have. Not sure why this deck has a Cruise over Dig in it. It's not my list. You could see Dig being better for sure. Never cast Treasure Cruise for I get the late game secured. That card's pretty sketch in the deck and rail. I wanted to cut it, but I didn't want to make too many changes. Who's dual streaming Yellowhead stream / the public hearings on the impeachment? Anyone? I'm just gonna say go, I think. I guess most players don't play Censor, right? Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna play it. Alright, I think I had to take a chance. Maybe not. Maybe if I say go, they play Teferi. I counter it, I get to play Tracker. Decided to take a chance, didn't work out. I'll draw one of the only cards that can maybe keep me in this game. Just kidding. All right, 2 for 1. Wow. Kind of interesting spot. I don't want to hold my threats because they have castles in play. Sometimes you want to just wait of when they're going to be able to use castles. That's why I'm just playing my cards and hoping to draw more cards. Castle Ventress, Castle Ventress. Can I let them scry every turn while I do nothing? Just hold on to it and hope I draw a threat next turn. Force a threat through. I think if they had the Teferi, they would have played it last turn over that 7 mana card. That'd make more sense. I mean, unless they put me on exactly Mystical Dispute. Dude. Cards getting cut so fast, honestly. It was like a Vraska. I kind of want to play a second Vraska. Opponent's probably trying to figure out what's going on. Why am I playing a 6 mana Stone Rain? Alright, kind of worked out. Guess I'll just play it even though I have a tracker left in my deck. Wait, what? Did Drew dig and didn't cast it on their turn? I'd be pretty shocked if I win this game, but it's not looking so bad anymore. Six basic. You have to have something in hand. Thought the game was over. Thought the game was over by now.
Howdy, Gab.
Hey, Blatscube. Thanks for the resub. Alright. Have to fight another day. What if they play their land? Okay. Oh, that was a sick draw. Good deck. Negate first. I think that's the play. I have mana to use double castle. Alright, let's try and hit Oko. Could use a hit here. Goose to protect the Tamiyo. Let's see. This is game 2 or down a game. Our draws have been pretty putrid. Let's cry 2 to the bottom. They're gonna have a second token. They're gonna start attacking Tamiyo every turn, and it's only gonna get worse. I could get back a tracker now. Play tracker, get a couple clues. I think that's pretty good. Market plus on Oko. And probably brick. Yeah, I agree. I think I should get back tracker now. Tracker's kind of bad against Verdict. It's actually pretty close. Yeah, maybe I made a mistake. Basic. I could have used Tamiyo one more time. On Oko, I think that was reasonable. I think I want a second Vraska in this deck. It's been good with Tracker, Goose, Oko. Scoop. I mean, the bottom 2 was a castle last turn, but there's no way I'm coming back. Resolve the first one, the second. Alright, first loss was the deck. Definitely seems like a tough matchup though. Drew pretty poorly. The fact that I have to keep in 2 trophies against them and Casualties of War after sideboard, not a fan. I don't know why Unmoored Ego's in there, honestly. I'd probably go with more Vraska, more trackers. Something that's good against Verdict's. Verdict's pretty good against us, as is. 3-mana Teferi's pretty annoying. But I was gonna cut the casualties from the main. Give it its shot. Wait, where's the casualty? Don't need to play Field of the Dead in this deck. 7 man's a lot. Don't really have any ways to ramp. Only once upon a time. Because you never want to draw 2. It's not as good in this deck as in, you know, the standard decks. There's a lot of questionable deck building decisions, but it kind of makes sense. Tide Erasure is a bit hard on the mana. And you don't want too many discard spells. I think just Thoughtseize is fine. Another blue-white control. We found our bad matchup. Cycled Cast Out. Not many Plains Go deck in the format. Alright. Maybe they'll plus. Not too bad for us. Ooh. Good old opt, invasion opt. Alright. I don't have a shot. Hopefully I don't hit some kind of blue land. That would be pretty awkward. I'd rather have the option. Come on, Drowned Catacomb. You can do it. I'll also accept having a good card on top, like another Thoughtseize. That was close. I thought I misclicked for it. Snag a little Teferi here. No Teferi for you. So if they verdict, it means I draw Tamiyo and I have nothing. I see they're really bad spots. If they draw land, they go to Fairy Plus. Was Veto up? Alright, I'm just gonna take the verdict and hope they break. That's how I win. Hehehe. I did not try Grixis Arcanist. Alright, plan didn't work out. I'll even trophy myself. So now they have Veto on tap. They have Gear Hulk mana. No, I just scoop if I don't have a blue source on top. Maybe I didn't have to scoop. They could run out of gas. In theory. I could make a comeback with Tamiyo and blue mana. That was a bit premature. I did that board out last time. Yeah, board out Abrupt Decay. This. I'm gonna have Pithing Needle after sideboard too. Killing Teferi is pretty important. Even after the minus. I also want to jam random dude, random lead us. Trophying Teferi is pretty big deal. Does come up for sure. Any playable hand in the matchup. I play Overgrown Catacomb in case I draw a Jace. Veto Detention Sphere. Damn. Into Fairy now? Bow and pray. Not there. I'll take a look at the Arcanist list. Yeah, Grixis Arcanist. Alright. So we know they have Verdict in hand. That being said, I'm gonna jam this Scarab God anyway. You know what? I've made the Goose. I've made the Goose a free as. What if I play Treasure Cruise? What's gonna happen? We're gonna Detention Sphere Oko. The Verdict. It's Scarab God and pretty down. That was really down. Might not have land yet. So what I should have done is turn the Goose into a food, or turn the Goose into an elk and save my food. Alright, what now? That's a couple nice draws. Should I play the Goose now to have a food in play? More cards in my yard. There you go. Looks like this game's gonna work out. Got pretty lucky then. This matchup. When Duress Oko, I still should have lost. God, I'll lose now. Alright, obviously I want to flip that. That's why I played the land last turn. The it goes right into play. Alright. Rid of Teferi. Don't want to play the Goose for any reason. They're low, but I think you just want to get rid of Teferi. It's the first time we flipped Nissa in 9 matches. Alright, they have detention Seer, so I definitely want Abrupt Decay. Scarab God really does feel. I think that's probably worse. Scarab God's one more mana, but maybe at least in the very late game, Scarab God can do stuff. What about Leyline? Does Leyline do anything against them? I'll keep in both trophies. Scarab God's too bad. Scarab God was good this game, I guess. Do they have dig? I think they do, but I don't think that's bring in Leyline. We have Ooze. We have our one Ooze. You have to keep. They have vetoes. They have. I just can't mulligan, and they have too many reactive cards for me. I'm gonna go too aggressive. Swampor Island. Also good. Can't tell if you're trolling or not. You mean Temple, the game that the card that almost won us the first game. No, what is it? The last match. All right, that's a good sequence for us. Hopefully their answer is Detention Sphere. Then we just get to Sphere, use it right away, have negate up. Nice. Alright, pretty good shape. Vraska. That's gonna be good enough. Base goes up to 5. I attack it down to 1. Then the Verdict plus. I'm done. I guess I just draw land. They can go base plus. On tap. Big Jace, I guess. What do you think, chat? I generally take OP Planeswalkers. I have Blessed Alliance and keep max mana up. I get rid of the castle. Save my trophy. Yours is good. Dig would have been better again. I think Dig would have probably been better almost always. Also, if Vraska would have probably been better than a Treasure Cruise here. I think these Treasure Cruise are just not very good. I mean, I'm only really worried about Teferi. How did he come back in this game? For time? Yeah, they had me gain the life, yeah. We were playing Gearhulk as well, right? I'll hold on to my Assassin's Trophy, I think. Giving them so many more turns to find a dig through time, though. Wait to see what I draw in case it's Goose Tracker. They're all kind of nice. Ooze makes sure, I guess they can still hardcast Dig for time. Actually giving them a land. They got the one draw step. That's gotta be game, right? They need dig into. They need to chomp. They need dig into verdict +1. Kingdom. Oh, that was really bad no block. I think they're supposed to double chum block. Hope they draw verdict. Deserve their life total. I just chum both. I get lucky. Hour of Rev. Oh wow, yeah, they don't play Hour of Rev. They have the Detention Sphere Planeswalker plan, but other versions do. I mean, anything's possible, obviously. Hour of Rev would be pretty nice. Oh, we got that. I think it was a slightly better sideboard plan. And you can leave in Trophy. But it's not great, and depending on the version, Abrupt Decay could be bad. I like Goose so far. I haven't been keeping track of Goose versus Elf. Goose has been pretty good though. Do you need Eater? It's nice. It's nice to have more than just Odd Season Fatal Push as your one drop. Also, the blocker has been kind of relevant. There's a few 1/1s and stuff. And I don't know, it's been pretty good for me. Reverse Openwald is a one drop. I've never found that card to be very good, honestly. Never really been super impressed by that card in most decks. Alright, let's see. This game's got to be over, right? As they're playing a weird version of. Not impressed. People play that card? Just want to make a bunch of Alex yourselves and pressure their life total. Don't need to get too fancy. Question is, do I send one or both? Alright, well, if they're gonna block. Did I do anything? I assume no. Little misclick. Doesn't have first try. Alright, let's see. Cry seems good. Triumph seems okay. Data seems good. The rest probably okay. Casualties. Let's see. Not even super fan of. The only really seem to be a burn deck, so Prodigy is probably a bit better against them than against a normal red deck, but it's probably still bad. Maybe just another tracker. All these cards seem quite bad. Yeah, turn to Oko. Hacking. That good enough? Only I really care about the rest turn one. They have a removal for Goose, that's fine. Better get on the board before they play an idol. Make their turn to Eidolon really bad. Hopefully I won't break now. They have a lot of creatures in their deck. Barely. Yeah, I mean. The rest might actually be a bit sketchy against them because they're playing Red God, so they probably have a lot of Let's get to our Coco, let's go. Right on time. Wait, that's some. Just listened to the podcast, really enjoyed it. I'm glad. I think it went fine, you know. Might take a while to have decent synergy. Also, I feel like having 3-person podcasts a bit harder than just. Oh, it's the other god they have. Actual Hazoret. Maybe Hazoret coming my. Alright, what do you think? Well, there's much to think about really. Just play my Goose, play my Ooze, I think. Beat Chumblock. Good plus, planning to swap, but probably just keep me Alex. And Chumblock was one of the Goose. I could also just let them hit OK. I guess I can still take Reckoner next. Everything at me. How do I get out of this? I have to turn Hazoret into an elf. Thank you, 122. Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Did I mess up last turn? Did I miss an obvious line? Sounds like I might have. I think I'm in reasonable shape here, though. Got stab. I don't find a way to finish off my ooze this turn. Should be okay. At 10. They have one card in hand and they have the castle. Oh, they have the castle. I can pump ooze 3 times though. Bye bye. Wait, what? Oh. I thought they killed Oko. Oh, that was awkward. I'll give them a shot. All I had to do was like wait till I sacked my food. It's funny, if they hadn't played the fry, I wouldn't have made that play. But I got confused. Oh. Alright, good beats. Happen. Gotta show Oko's gotta show off Oko's superiority. Maybe I just played another Oko. Alright, that doesn't do much. Ridiculous card. What am I? Could have a free first strike. I'm at 5. I was gonna keep making food. Let's make one clue, say go. Probably gain some life in of their turn. And I'll be safe to tap out for a Scarab God, probably. Don't know if I can still lose this game. I want to have a card at first track case. Whenever player casts a spell from a graveyard. Good, I guess. Ashzelot is weak sauce. It's the Ashzelot being good. 2-2 haste. 2-2 haste 4-2. Could line up well. Oh, a dumbass. Kind of embarrassing. Got all the good creatures. It'd be bad manner. I turned my Scarab God into. You have lethal. Exactly. Perfect math. Yeah. Send me your list.